And so when I watched the Twitter files recently, I thought, back then I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I leave that to the guests on my show. But then reading the Twitter files, I had a similar reaction that maybe you do these days, where I'm thinking, wow. Well, I guess all that could have happened if it was coordinated by maybe certain agencies that we could see evidence of the Twitter
Well,
files. So
that's now you're mashing your finger right on the red hot button. And that's we you and I have to be careful because we're speculating now, in a very torturous environment. But that's one of my current missions, is pulling any documentation I can get, about the involvement of the intelligence community, the national security state, and particularly the military, because the articles that I'm finding in British press, as I mentioned, Canadian press has been quite a few, and Australian press now. Some Aussies that follow me have been sending stuff. I don't have anything from New Zealand. All indicate that there was a major involvement by um, military psyops divisions in each of those nation states against their own civilians.
yeah,
And then we have the fascinating example of the Wikipedia editing, and the uh, there's a wiki for the intelligence community that has tracked down some of that, and it appears that it's the assertion is made that MI5 has a sock puppet who literally has an image of a sock puppet for their ID. That whatever it is, the same name is attributed with the editing, not just on my Wikipedia page, this aggressive editing, but also on many of the physicians that have been outspoken, and anybody that said anything about these key topics of ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, or other early treatments. All seems to be the same individual who apparently edits 24/7, and the assertion is that this is really a front for a team that are busy modifying Wikipedia to support the approved narrative. And we have in the clauses that guide the Trusted News Initiative, managed by BBC, are fascinating. If you want to take the time to dive into it, because once you pick those apart, a lot of other behaviors become more transparent and comprehensible. Like, one of the clauses is that any of the members of the Trusted News Initiative do have the latitude to write a article about something that is outside of the approved narrative. The approved narrative basically being defined as whatever the World Health Organization or your national health authority says is truth, is the only truth that will be allowed. So there's absolutely no room for deviant behavior involving, say, scientific discussion. There's only one truth, and it is the truth propagated from the World Health Organization, which many of us believe is thoroughly corrupt, and that propagated by, in your case, it would be your National Health Service, in our case, Health and Human Services. And those are the only truths that are allowed to be spoken. And so if you deviate from that, you are by definition now a spreader of mis, dis, or malinformation, which our Secretary of Homeland Security, Mayorkas, defined as domestic terrorism, by the way. And then that evokes all of the Patriot Act clauses, and it gives them the opportunity. They haven't really done so, but it gives them the opportunity to deploy the legal strategies that they have at their disposal consequent to the Patriot Act, as if we were Al Qaeda, just as an example, to pull something out of a hat. So, we have all been subjected to military grade psyops and fifth generation warfare technology that was designed for offshore combats, largely in response to the asymmetric warfare strategies that have been so successful by Al Qaeda and in really going back to the Vietnam War, which I assert, I'm not sure, with a possible exception of Nicaragua, I don't think the United States military has won a single fourth-generation war using these asymmetric battlefield techniques. And they've developed this fifth-gen war technology and approach, and it's as if the best metaphor. I love the if you've been a father, if you give a 3-year-old a hammer, everything becomes a nail metaphor. Some people, they have a new cool technology and they're just itching for some place to deploy it. And it appears that among certain sectors of the intelligence and military communities in the West, this became an opportunity to trial these technologies on their own civilian populations, much as, and here's another one, just I don't know how familiar your listeners are. Twitter is a weapon. Okay, it's both a weapon and a battlefield. Elon Musk is learning that it's not much of a business model. I think the street figured that out a while ago. But it is absolutely a fifth-generation warfare weapon, as well as being a fifth-generation warfare battlefield. And it was actively deployed, as our intelligence community and military often does, in a regional skirmish a few years ago that we call Arab Spring. And the strategy that's often employed by, let's say, NATO allies is to find these little skirmishes and pilot new emerging military technology. And that was absolutely done in the case of Twitter and Arab Spring, just as it was done with rotary wing aircraft in the Vietnam War.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.